Oh boy, are we up the fecal creek without a paddle today. We've got a hack that I didn't even acquire through snwcentral.net. Oh man. Just take a moment and let that sink in. Because if it doesn't make you shiver, if it doesn't make you shake, if it doesn't make you want to scream at the very bottom of your very soul, then it will. Oh Lord, it will. Today, I introduce you to SMW Archive. It's sort of a lesser version of the Central, but with one glaring difference. You can submit whatever you want. Yep, quality control anarchy. And if I've ever seen one giant recipe for a boiling pot of simmering shit and sewage stew, then this is it. As you might suspect, it's home to all kinds of strange and uncanny hacks that you'd never see on the Central in a million years. It's like exploring a whole new planet. A planet made of solidified narwhal barf.
Dinner Adventure? Dinner World? Cavino's Quest? Oh my god, there's two of them?
You just don't know what you're gonna run across next. It's like stumbling through a dark forest at night, not knowing where you're going, and around every corner you trip and fall into a different pile of animal feces. See, like, you go here and then, horse shit. Then you turn the next corner and, gorilla poop. It's just what happens when you let the dogs run wild like that. Anything's possible. Like, I could literally say anything, and there'd be a hack for it here. Like, Lenio and friends search for the sacred brownie or something like that, but of course I'm making that one up. Do I dare to play it? No, I don't. But anyway, back to the focus here. Here's the hack I was talking about. Yeah, that one right there. See it? It's called Bib's Adventure, and we all know what a bib is, right? It's a piece of cloth for an infant to vomit on.
It starts out with a multicolored festering shitfest of a title screen. Let it set the tone. Now, what's with that font? I can't read it, not unless I carefully scrutinize each letter. It's like trying to translate hieroglyphics. Now, on to the hack. There's not much to see. As you can tell, it's not a Mario game. You're playing as a blue alien named Bib. What, is it Sky Electra's deformed second cousin? The first challenge of the game is just trying to figure out what everything does. All these blocks with crazy pictographs. Yeah, speaking of hieroglyphics, I feel like I'm taking the sign test to get a driver's license. So let's run them down. The white ones with the arrows shoot you all over the place like some kind of pinball machine on crack. The yellow ones are wall jump blocks. You can only wall jump when you're touching these. So what, they magically imbue Bib with temporary ninja reflexes? Green ones stop you in your tracks, and when you have to go over them, it's like walking through molasses. And the red ones kill you. They're everywhere. It's like the donuts in Sky Goes to Town. Those are just the common ones. You'll also run into a few others that are way more fucked up. Like this one that magically turns everything into an underwater level. And it'll be like, you have to jump off a wall jump block and then hit it right on the spot so you don't fall down on the death blocks. You think maybe that might not be the best level design? If you haven't picked up on it already, this game is hard. And not even in an interesting, challenging way. This is Sky Goes to Town hard. In other words, they engineered it to be as annoying and frustrating as it could possibly be. And if you need some perspective, well, this stage I'm showing you right here is the very first one. It throws the difficulty right at your face. Like if you can't run with the big dogs, stay on the porch, bitch. What kind of masochist would ever want to play this? It's not even fun to look at. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to watch somebody playing Bib's Adventure. And you think I'm exaggerating? You think I'm just kidding around? Well, just keep watching this review, and in a few moments, you'll want to bang your head through drywall too. The art style is atrocious. I don't even really know how to properly describe it. It's just a bunch of conflicting colors that assault your eyes like a firing squad, yet it also somehow manages to be more boring than a sloth doing taxes. And you know, I think the source of it all is that booger green grass. It doesn't go with the background, it's just bright enough to hurt your eyes, and no matter where you are, you have to look at it. Aside from that, everything else is just a block. There's no scenery, nothing to keep you interested, nothing at all. This is one of the worst looking hacks I've ever seen. It's almost as bad as... Never mind, we don't talk about that one. Want to know what else really bothers me? Look at how cutesy and happy all the enemies are. It's like a slap in the face. Like they've watched you die over and over again, and they don't care. They might as well all be flipping you off. So far, I haven't even mentioned the plot, and I really might as well not. It's practically non-existent. Bib crashes on Earth and needs to find his ship. Okay, my question is, where on Earth are there deadly fucked up obstacle courses where sumo wrestlers and orangutans beat the living shit out of you? Well, at least you can call this hack original. I've never seen a block like that before. It looks like some kind of optical illusion. And instead of coins, you get golden Doritos. Yeah, another hack with Doritos. What's the explanation for it? Did a truck full of Doritos spontaneously combust somewhere in the middle of a mountain range? And if this is Earth, why aren't you collecting, I don't know, dollar bills or something? Maybe Bib just really likes Doritos, so he's going around hunting for them. Yeah, Bib, get that junk food. What's this? Stuck in this tunnel of invisible blocks. If you get this free power-up, you just screw yourself. You have to crouch an inch on your ass just to proceed. Oh, you are scum. Can he move any faster? Move faster, damn you! Even the goal is just another block, this wall of indescribable blue stuff that I never would have thought I needed to touch. It just looks like a barrier blocking your way. Well, we're moving on now. Stage 2, mountain scale. Gotta climb up a mountain, but everything here wants you dead. It's more like infiltrating some kind of booby-trapped Indiana Jones temple. Why in the name of the Lord are there so many death blocks? I mean, everywhere you look, death! Up, down, left, right, death! Somebody didn't want any blue aliens climbing up the damn mountain. What's this say? Ducking halves the size when wall jumping? What? The hints are so vague, it's like it doesn't even help you. And this swimming part. No message would ever help you here. It's like trying to thread a needle while you're hopping up and down on a trampoline. Unless you hold that D-pad down like there's no tomorrow, the slightest little bob will smash you into a wall of death. That makes the control more awkward than you'd ever believe. Then you get to a part where there's no way through unless you somehow kept a power-up. And that's just too much for me. I quit.
But you know it's not over yet, don't you? Yeah, you're right. There's another Bib game, and you wouldn't believe the title. Bib's Adventure 2, Bib on Mars. How ridiculous is that? It sounds fake. Like, if I were trying to come up with fake sequel titles to something, it's something I would say. Like, oh man, did you hear they made a new Dr. Oddball game? Yeah, Dr. Oddball on Mars. I hear it's actually way better than Dr. Oddball Saves the Zoo and Dr. Oddball's Psychedelic Slumber Party.
So, here we have it, Bib on Mars. For starters, it's just as bad as the first one. Really. And that actually poses a bit of a problem because I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's pretty much just like the first game. If you played Bib's Adventure, then you might as well have played Bib on Mars. Unless, of course, you beat Bib's Adventure and you're just crazy enough to want more. Like, hey, I hear you liked belly flopping on that bed of thumbtacks. Here, you ought to try these railroad spikes, too. And, you know, take this high dive board just as a little courtesy gift. The more momentum, the merrier, after all. When it comes to the graphics, it's improved. I'll give it that. If by improved, that is, you mean a slight step forward. Very tiny step. They're not unbearable, but they're still so bland. Every level's just one color. It's like a vortex of monotony that sucks you in. There's nothing interesting to look at all. And the difficulty? Oh my god, it's through the roof! If I really am sure of one thing, it's that this shit is harder than Bib's Adventure. The first stage makes you do something unthinkable with Koopa shells. Watch. How am I supposed to do that? Not even Sky Goes to Town threw something that insane at me, and in the first level, no less. The game will even tease you, making you think there's another way when you discover this, but no, as soon as you throw the shell and go back down, the screen scrolls and both of them are gone. Like, screw you! I just don't get why any hack would be so hard in the first level. That's not the way you draw in players. No, difficulty curves. Are you even aware that that's a thing?
You know, because this sequel just took the insanity factor of the first game and just multiplied it so many times over, I bet I could actually use that same logic to predict the next few Bib games that are going to be coming our way in the near future. Like Bib's Adventure 3, Bib Goes to Venus. You've got 3 minutes to beat the entire damn game before Bib succumbs to the deadly atmosphere and dies. Yeah, good luck. Then comes Bib's Adventure 4, Bib in the deadly black hole of Cygnus X1. As soon as you start the first stage, Bib dies. Bib 5 wouldn't even have any gameplay. You just start it up and it shows you a picture of Bib dead. Game over. And Bib 6 would just signal a giant deadly orbital strike laser that comes down from the heavens and rips you to pieces, making it so you can be dead too. And all the better for it. But we're not done. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're going to say. Ben the Hacker, that was the last Bib game. How could there possibly be anything more to talk about here? But there is something. Something that if I let fall, I could be at risk of doing another Bib video. So, I have to mention that somebody out there made a hack of Bib's Adventure. Yes, a hack of a hack. Now we're really going into untraversed territory here. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the modern wonder of Dip's Adventure. Now, if you're thinking what any normal human being would be thinking right now, and that's, what is this, why does it exist, then I'll give you the summary. Dip's Adventure is essentially a shitty version of Bib's Adventure, and yes, I just said that. Somehow they managed to make it even worse. Like, if Bib's Adventure was worth a look, or maybe a play if you're a damn psychopath, then Dip's Adventure is not worthy to be looked upon. Its name should not be spoken. In fact, I've probably already offended 5 minor deities just by saying Dip's Adventure. So, what, you want to see the gameplay? I really hate to do this. Pray for my soul.
It starts out with a text box that actually sums up this whole series better than anything in the actual Bib games. Welcome, dipshit. You are a retarded alien. Live with it. Yeah, that's Dip. He looks like he's constipated. Again, remarkably fitting. You have 2 levels to play right off the bat, and I'll leave it at this. Grassy fun, instant death. Fun level, instant death. Yeah, it's fun alright if you're the kind of person who thinks Patsy is fun, or putting your testicles into a shop vice is fun. You know, I think I'm gonna say something profound here. This actually takes the new crowning spot for the worst hack I've ever played. Notice how I said played. Not the worst hack that I'm aware of, that's something else entirely. But needless to say, Dip's Adventure, don't take a dip in these shitty waters.
Well, folks, there you have it. Bib's Adventure, Bib's Adventure 2, Dip's Adventure. We've covered a whole series today. Enough shitty hacks to choke a hippopotamus, so I hope you're happy. This is Ben the Hacker, signing off. And if you make a hack, don't make a crapsack hack. And if you happen to know where the S&W archive servers are, smash them with a bat!